That's a little deeper than I thought I was gonna go in this video, but that's okay, here we are. So today I thought I would talk about the head shave and some reflections that I have on it. And in the comments section of the head shave video, Melissa asked the question, how did you know that it was time to shave your head? So first of all, I just want to kind of put out a disclaimer that not every single chemotherapy causes people to lose their hair. So if you happen to be really early on in your process and you don't even know what kind of chemotherapy you're going to be receiving, I would suggest that you hold off until after you speak with your oncologist, because you may not even have to worry about this. The second thing that I want to say is that there really is no one right way to do it, and we're all so different. People have different preferences. Some people like to sort of ease into situations, whereas others like to just dive right in. So I just want to say that everything that I'm about to say in this video is specifically about what was best for me, but I'm thinking that explaining the reasons why these things were right for me might help other people kind of figure out what's going to be the best thing for them or for you. So for me, I just decided to jump right in, rip it off like a band-aid, and shave my head. Pretty soon after I was diagnosed, I do remember telling my husband that if I was going to need chemotherapy and if it was going to cause me to lose my hair, I would want to shave it before I actually started losing it. It was really kind of just like a gut instinct that that's what would be right for me. I just kind of had this feeling that it would be a little bit easier for me emotionally. One thing that shaving my head did do for me is that it kind of, not to say that it wasn't hard and not to minimize the difficulty of the whole situation, but it minimized the emotional attachment that I had to my hair. I knew that if I didn't shave it off, it would have been more emotionally draining for me. I can imagine myself like spiraling into becoming like really fixated on how much hair was I losing that day and where, and being self-conscious about what it looked like and if other people were gonna think it was looking like it was thinning out. I didn't want to be glued to the mirror. I didn't want to be self-conscious. I think for me, it would have caused a lot of anxiety, and I think just all in all, it would have taken a really big toll on me emotionally. I also learned that it can hurt sometimes when you're losing your hair. Your scalp can become really sensitive and tender, but because I shaved, it definitely did not hurt in any way, shape, or form. At the most, it would sometimes feel as if a little pin was poking my head, but I wouldn't say that that was painful at all, just more so a little bit odd. One of the really cool things about shaving my head was that it made me feel like I was in control. And so a really difficult part about this whole process is that you really don't have a lot of control. You can't control how your body is going to respond to chemo or radiation or surgery. So doing something that was really in my control actually felt really good and empowering. It was almost like I was saying to the cancer, you think you're going to take my hair? Nope, I'm going to do it. Something else about the shaving of the head is that I feel like it was a way for me to really embrace this experience in a way. I think especially for women, hair is really symbolic of kind of representing who we are or maybe what we're going through in our lives. And so in any normal circumstances, I probably never would have shaved my head. But because I'm in that situation now, I feel like it was a way to tell cancer, you're not controlling this, I am. And then it was also a way for me to sort of physically represent that I'm about to go through a whole new chapter in my life. And I do think that with every experience that we go through, we're always a little bit changed. Sometimes it's for the better and sometimes it's for the worse. And I don't know if this is going to be better or worse, probably both in different ways, but I think it was just a way for me to embrace what I was about to start going through. And I think it was a way of me representing that I'm going to be changed and I'm never going to be that person who I was before I received this diagnosis. And that's okay. This is who I am now, and I'm about to learn more about myself. So yeah, a representation of change. That's a little deeper than I thought I was going to go in this video, but that's okay. Here we are. Something else I just want to say is when I look back at this head shave video, and if you haven't seen it, I will put a link to it up here somewhere. But when I look back at it, I see that I'm smiling, I'm laughing, I seem like I'm in a good mood, and I actually think that I was. But for anyone who was watching this, you would probably never guess that I was really anxious about it. Even though I knew that it was the right decision for me, I still was really anxious about it. I think that I had planned on shaving my head a whole week prior, but every single day that went by, I would come up with some sort of excuse to not do it. And then finally I justified that I wanted to shave my head the day that I was going to get my wig. But I even pushed it back far enough to the point that we were about 10 minutes late to my wig appointment. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there because I was happy. Those smiles were genuine, those laughs were genuine, but I just thought it would also be good for people who are going through this experience to know that it was not all sunshine and rainbows. I was definitely nervous and anxious about it for at least a week leading up to it. And honestly, once I did do it, I felt relieved. I knew ahead of time that it was the right decision for me, but then I felt even more relieved after I did it because it felt like it was what I was supposed to be doing. So I think that about wraps it up, all of my reflections on the head shave, so I will see you in the next one. Bye.